It's hard to believe that Hazelight Studios, the same team that brought us the dark and gritty A Way Out, crafted It Takes Two. It is a complete 180 compared to what we've experienced in the studio's previous co-op game. For starters, this colourful rom-com takes on a whole new genre of platforming, puzzle solving and action. It's also quite an emotional tale of heartbreak, divorce and a family being torn apart by separation.
What if it's... Who sent you? No one. We come in peace.
We're trying to get to the house.
But throughout my 2.5 hours with It Takes Two, the magic comes from how surprising its gameplay, story and dialogue is. Not one area in the game felt the same as the last one I just completed. Not one puzzle is repeated, and the sheer randomness of the game's mechanics and gameplay makes it feel like watching a superb Pixar animation where there's no budget or limit to its possibilities.
That was shocking.
I often sat back in complete awe with a massive grin on my face, thinking about how challenging it must have been to deliver a game that offers up so much variety. Often, within an hour or two of playing a game, we kinda know how it works and what's happening. Not in It Takes Two. Instead, every chapter threw my brother and I into the deep end as we got new tools to use, enemies to fight, intense chase scenes to master, and hilarious dialogue to back it all up.
Dr. Hakim, you have to help me now.
It Takes Two follows the story of two dolls who have been brought to life through the magic of tears. These two dolls are actually a mother and father that just announced their divorce to their daughter.
It says here, love is work, see? You have to work on it.
She made these dolls and asks a very special book of love by Dr. Hakim to help bring them back together. By some crazy magic, the parents' souls enter these dolls, leaving their real bodies in a dormant state. This is where It Takes Two kicks off. Each player takes on the role of either Cody or May, and each character packs their own personality, jokes, and most important of all, is entirely responsible for their own objectives in the game.
Oh, help! Hello! Help!
Cody, I'm trying to sleep.
This means you cannot pass off your tool to your co-op partner, so the playthrough you have will be its own unique experience from start to finish.
Cody!
This not only adds another level of replayability to the game, but it also means that every chapter has given Hazelight Studios the opportunity to deliver something completely fresh in terms of gameplay. It all just works. As I mentioned before, the special early access demo I played of It Takes Two consisted of only 2 chapters. The first chapter familiarized us with the game and the characters. May is a pretentious wife who is sick and tired of Cody's laziness, and Cody, well, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Often his dialogue made me chuckle as he lacks even the basic knowledge about a subject, but tries to pretend he's wise.
Oh, these guys can't hurt us.
But those can.
Ignore what's behind that wall coming up.
Without a strong cast of characters, It Takes Two would have just been a great platformer, so the combination of both together is what makes it so great. In the first chapter, I played as May and my brother as Cody. This chapter relied on introducing us to the general mechanics of the game. Running, sliding, jumping, sprinting, and bashing down onto switches to activate doors and platforms. Later in the chapter, we got our first set of tools. Literally, they were tools.
Around you go.
I got the head of a hammer which I put on my back and used to slam down on objects. I could smash glass bottles, switches, and even run around squashing Cody over and over again. This was probably my favorite part of it all. Cody, on the other hand, got a set of nails that he could toss across great distances and stick into wood.
Hey! Do that! Oh, my head!
The 2 tools were vital for overcoming the challenges that the level threw at us. My brother, Cody, would toss the nails into the wall and I would use the hammerhead to attach to it and swing my way across to the other side.
Steady now.
The puzzle mechanics then got a bit tougher as Cody got 3 nails and had to juggle pulling them out while throwing new ones to lift platforms against the wall and get me safely to the other side or the top. It relied on me telling him which ones to activate and timing my jumps and swings to avoid my death. Beyond the tools, the first chapter also delivered some great mechanics that all tied to a vacuum cleaner and sucking and blowing air to either propel the dolls across gaps or toss bombs at the boss. We also had to control the airflow by riding the hose to lift it up or drop it down. This is where It Takes Two shines the most. Hazelight Studios has taken everyday common household items and merged their actions into puzzles and in-game mechanics. It is simply pure genius.
What is that?
Of course, there's always the opportunity to kill your partner, and when these moments popped up, I was in stitches from laughter. Do I leave the bridge up for him to cross safely, or do I drop it and kill him? Do I drop the platform so the spinning blade does not chop him in half, or do I watch him die and laugh like Yzma?
Gonna need a boost, man.
You never know what the game will throw at you and whether or not you'll take advantage of the death your partner will never see coming. Speaking of partners, It Takes Two also includes a range of minigames that are cleverly designed to put your friendship and relationships to the test. One example of this was a Whack a Cody game where my brother had to peek his head out of various holes in a box and I had to whack to get points. If I missed, he then got a point. The first player to a set number of points then won. This left us both on the edge of our seats as I tried to predict his next move while he tried to fool me. Again, this is a perfect example of It Takes Two taking simple mechanics and ramping them up ever so creatively.
Righty.
Yes, I'm the champion!
Not fair. You were 2 against 1. Hey, don't do that.
I don't want to spoil much of the second chapter for you because it's truly remarkable, but It Takes Two got better and better every time we played. The second one equipped us with a flammable nectar that Cody could shoot out of a squeeze bottle like minigun. I was then given a match gun that could light the fluid and blow the stuff up. A crazy group of military squirrels gave us these weapons and tasked us to go and destroy the wasp nest and its queen.
Killer wasps. This one's south.
Ooh, we got one!
Needless to say, the chapter involved intense combat encounters where Cody had to wet the wasp swarms with nectar and I had to blow them up before being killed by them. This mechanic also fed into the puzzle gameplay and even some mini-games. Some stuff goes down which I don't want to spoil for you, but it ended up with us flying out the tree using a makeshift aeroplane made with Cody's underwear. We flew through tight holes while shooting and burning traps in our way and enemy turrets that tried to shoot us down. Of course, Cody flew the plane and I fired the gun. It all came to a rather epic finish when I had a Tekken-like fight on top of the damn moving aeroplane and had to kick some squirrel ass.
Time to say goodbye, little doll. Can't wait to smash your wooden face.
I can't wait to kick your furry ass!
Oh, hey! Hey, how's it going up there?
Cody, clear the place!
sound remarkable enough for you yet? Well, I hope so, because it really is. I only played the game for just over 2 hours and I was kinda miserable when the demo ended and I could not continue. I wanted to see the next length Hazelight Studios went to change things up. I wanted to find the next minigame to beat my brother at, and I wanted to fight the next boss. I just wanted more.
We're gonna crack you open!
This is only because the 2-hour demo was so refreshing that it was hard to put down. Nothing felt the same, every location was immaculately detailed, and every puzzle, combat encounter, and mechanic was a breath of fresh air. I've never played anything quite like it before. Not only does It Takes Two rely on co-op and making sure both players are vital in every scenario, but it is also such a refreshing escape from the mainstream gaming world. Its writing is amazing and general gameplay is buckets of fun.
Check out my moves, May!
Yeah, very cool, but just don't fall off.
Don't worry, I'm pretty good at this.
Me too. Woohoo!
We still have some time to go before we can play the full It Takes Two. The game is set to launch on March 26, 2021. If you even remotely enjoy co-op games, then you need to have this on your list. It might just completely redefine what you know about co-op games.
Again? Oh, I told Rose not to throw her shoes up here.
Oops. I told her I did that when I was a kid.
But that's going to conclude all our thoughts on It Takes Two. What do you guys think? Is this a game you've been looking forward to? Let us know down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, farewell.